Resume. All right. So thank you tonight for joining us. As social entrepreneurs, we're going to be interviewing Rachel to see what has made a big difference in her life in the past 12 months as being a Mannatech associate. Thank you, Rachel.
Oh, well, thank you, Julia, for having this time for me tonight. And I just thank you all for showing up here, and that we can build each other up in belief and enthusiasm in our Mannatech businesses. And those of you on the call who aren't sure what that is, you'll learn some more as we go along tonight. So now, as you know, inside of Mannatech, I have been recognised as the Rookie of the Year for 2018. And as Julia has said before, that I didn't even know there were actual annual awards within Mannatech, because that was towards the end of last year. And so basically, it was a great surprise to receive that award. And I was very honoured to receive it. But what many people may not know about me is that for years I have laid awake thinking about my husband's health, and so basically the health of loved ones. And that's Mike has Crohn's disease, and he's had that for a good 20 years. And over that time, we basically went to many doctors. We went to medical ecologists and things like that to try and work out how we can manage this disease state for him. And last year, it all accumulated in, unfortunately, a bowel obstruction and Mike rupturing his esophagus. And so basically 9 to 12 months recovery time. So that was the same time that I actually found Mannatech. And essentially, I was looking for something to build him up. What had happened was we got sent home and he was being fed by a tube, a feeding tube. And basically I could see that he was fading. That they only sort of thought of him when I rang once a week, or the surgeon really only thought of him when basically Mike was sitting in front of the surgeon. And so I just basically thought, I'm going to have to take this into my own hands. And I reached out to Bev, who actually knew somebody from Mannatech from her past, and she connected us together. And that was the start of the journey of learning about, I just knew there was the glyconutrients, and that's what I was wanting. I didn't even know they were called ambitose or anything like that. So that's what brings me to Mannatech, to actually support my husband. But 2.5 months into Mike's journey, not thinking I would ever start a home-based business or a business at all, and that basically the opportunity was shared with me to join as an associate. And basically knowing that Mike had been off work for 9 months and our financial situation wasn't good, and I didn't have many nursing shifts to cover the gap in salary, that this just seemed like, well, the days I don't work, I will do this. And basically I had Donna Cat, my upline, my direct upline, and Rod Gilchrist, who basically mentored me in the early days. And so, but what I would like to do and share with you tonight is that through this journey, I found, first of all, the products of Mannatech, and secondly, the business opportunity. And I want to share some of the things that I've learnt through my journey. And I love that you guys want to know my journey because of the award. And so I want to go through and let you know how to sell the best product of all, which is in the range. And I want to tell you how to get the maximum impact toolkit. And I want to go through how and why to hustle. And these are all from the Rookie's experience, because I know some of you on the call have actually been a part of Mannatech for many years. And so, so if this is for you, what I'm going to be providing, or an opportunity for you to consider, is a work-at-home environment that you can control your income from home, and that this business offers unlimited income potential, and you actually get to work with a system that works. So that's what I'm going to move through with you tonight. Now, I've only got 40 minutes, which isn't nearly enough time to share everything, but I want to get started on the first point, is that the best product of all. And so some of you are probably wondering what I am describing there, and some of you probably have a favourite product in Mannatech. But I want to share with you the best product that we have is the business opportunity. And so what I did in the early stages was I listened to the training by Richard Brook with Inside of the Success System, and he shared to start to talk about the business opportunity as a product. And so the way I ended up doing that was that when I'm sharing with people about products, and I have some products here with me as well, so that basically, you know, good old, oh, my light's bright, Amber Toast Life, you know, and we know this one's the glycans. Nutrivirus, if you can see, where is she? There she is. I actually really like this one. This is amazing. And the GI Pro Balance, for example. Now, those three are the core that I recommend to everybody as well. But I also have this little tangible thing here, which is called the Remarkable Pot of Possibilities. Okay, so you can use whatever you like in this space, but this reminds me to talk about the business opportunity as a product, because it's all well and good to promote Amber Toast Life to people, a product, but if we actually conceptualize the business opportunity that it is a product, then you can actually freely share. Now, why would this be the best product? And for me, this is the best product because it has allowed me to get my products for free. It has allowed my husband to come off. Last week we were at his GP again, and he just removed the last medication from Mike. So Mike is on no medication anymore, and we're just keeping like a sort of a, it's called Zoton, but it's sort of like a gastric reflux medication, just as required now. And so, as you can see, that this pot of possibilities, or the business opportunity described as a product or a physical thing that you show people, that you're able to demonstrate to them that this product here, as we all know, is beautifully priced at $249. Please correct me if I'm wrong. This product is actually priced at $49.95 annually. So that's a great way to, that's a great product, because if this product can actually go on to allow you to get these other guys for free. And so basically, with the goals and setting those things in my business, we know in business models out there in the world that if someone was to buy a McDonald's franchise, or someone was to buy a local hair salon, that bricks and mortar and the time of turning up and everything costs them richly in time and a financial investment. So you're actually getting a business for $49.95. And so my first goal was to get back my $49.95. So then I'm at $0, you know. So how many businesses can actually say in the first month that they've earned back their investment into their business? Some people invest $200,000 in their business, and they're not going to get that back for 5 years or more, you know. So that's the first goal. I thought, right, I'm going to get that one back. And the second goal was to get products for free. And so that's what we've been working towards. And Mike's been having free products for a while. My whole family's on it, so I've not got them all free yet, but what a great goal. And then going forward, you know, you're wanting to look at income stream goals, and also you might even goal set a holiday, because, you know, holidays are great things to do with families and friends as well. So the thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the best product of all is the business opportunity. And if you need to just get a little box and wrap it up with a ribbon or something like that, to actually have a physical item with you to share the business opportunity, let it be a reminder for you to do. I heard a talk, right, Richard Brook said this. He said, with Mannatech associates that have been in Mannatech for a number of years, that he said, drop and give me 30 minutes on a product, that a lot of you would be able to do that. You would just talk and talk, and you'd be able to give everything. And then if he stopped you and then said, right, drop and give me 30 minutes on the business opportunity and how you language that, he said a lot of you would be find that hard to do. And so what he knows with Mannatech is that we love our products and we love sharing our products. But the network marketing model allows more people to reach our products. So we must become confident in this space. So I took that on quite quickly, and at first, and I think people who went to conference actually received Richard Brooks' book, The 4-Year Career. So I recommend that as well. Now, the second point I want to share with you tonight is the Maximum Impact Toolkit. Okay, so I thought I'd call it really something great and savvy like that. And you know what that is? It's our success system. So inside your Mannatech portal, when you go into the library and the training tab at the top that says the success system, it is actually all there. And trust me, I did go around the mountain a little bit, and I read a lot of other people's work, and I listened to a lot of interviews with network marketing professionals, and they just come back to the core things that are all wrapped up inside the success system that Mannatech offers. And I really have to understand that a company that's been in business for 25 years really would have honed their training portal. And that's what it is. So I actually call the success system the Maximum Impact Toolkit. Because if you're going to come into a business, you want a toolkit straight up that's going to effectively equip you to go forward and be successful. And I believe that that toolkit does that. Now, the third point I wanted to bring to you all tonight was I called it my hustle, and the how and why of my hustle, because I did do a little bit of hustling, you know. And so what I wanted to bring out here is that to think about your vision and goals. Now, a network marketing business of any type has to start part-time. Unless you don't have a job and you choose to put in a 40-hour week, network marketing businesses pretty much start part-time, and that can be started when you're talking to people about the business to actually mention that to them as well. So if they're already working, they can fit this in as well. But what the part-time concept of the Mannatech business for me is that it was actually just a part of my life. You know, my husband on some days might think that it was all of my life when I was actually setting up trainings and things like that, but it's actually part of my life. And so what is it fitting into for me to have hustle in my Mannatech space? And I know that beautiful Julia would be able to relate to this as well, is that I have some other things going on in my life that I actually want finances for. And so one of them, for example, is our home's personal finance. Now, I don't know if any of you heard, I listened to a gentleman in the States called Dave Ramsey, and he has these 7 steps in Financial Peace University. Now, we run our finances against Dave Ramsey's recommendations, so the 7 baby steps, that's what he calls them, for financial peace. And so we're actually only up to step 3 in that process. So he actually says in order to move through step 1, 2, and 3, that you need to get a bit of hustle on and go and pick up some extra work to do, or other things like that, so that you actually make a little bit more income. So not only am I just doing Mannatech for income, I have a purpose for that money, to move us through those baby steps. Another reason for my hustle is, you know, I really love and value the role of the Proverbs 31 woman. So the people who don't know that reference in the Bible, there's a book called Proverbs, and it's in chapter 31 from verse 10, describes a woman there. And basically she runs financial matters of the home. And the other thing is that she's at home with a home-based business. And so my heart to be a Proverbs 31 woman is that I have a home-based business, and that I am studious in my home-based business as well. So that's really important to me. So that brings my hustle into the Mannatech business. And another thing that I have that's really important to my husband Mike and I is that we go to a church that has a prayer house, and our vision and goal and calling is to run a 24/7 prayer house. And so obviously there's finances that need to go behind that. And so another part of the big picture for my Mannatech is that we would be in a position one day to finance the prayer house. And so as you can see, that my life is a lot bigger than just Mannatech, but Mannatech is playing part-time into my full life, but it's playing with hustle coming from the other parts of my life. And so therefore, I've understood the network marketing model and the power that it can have. And so therefore, if I want to build a substantial residual income in 4 years, as Richard Brooke explains in his book, I need to hustle into this space. And so that's probably where I landed, bringing my why and my vision to Mannatech. I'm not hustling just to be a great Mannatech associate. I'm hustling so Mannatech can help finance those other parts of my life. So I really just challenge you all that basically start to think this is all happening for you, but you may not have languaged it this way. So just think about what, bringing a hustle into your Mannatech business is because of other reasons. And so try and get some words, some goals, some language, some vision down about the reason you're doing Mannatech, and it really makes you hustle in the space efficiently. So, and part of that hustle is that I've really needed to make my Mannatech business be efficient. And so therefore I've put some systems in place, but all the systems that are in place are systems that are duplicatable, able for any new associate of mine to go and do exactly the same thing without them needing something new that I've invented. So therefore, the one thing that I do, which I do share with my associates, is that I do 3 connections a day. So as I work as a nurse, usually 4 days a week, on those days, I still make 3 connections a day. And so that's when and I'm sure you've all heard training on this, that consistency is the key to conquering anything, especially in the network and marketing space. So I try to consistently connect with people, 3 people a day. So on the days that I work, those connections are done mainly online or via text or phone. So it might just be that I would jump on and I could almost write like a little Facebook personal message, a similar one that I can just cut to 3 people. Or, something's come out and dripping Mannatech on people is those types of connections and phone calls. But on the days that I don't work, and so I still hold 3 connections, but 2 I aim to have as face-to-face. So that's sort of diarising with people to meet up for coffees and things like that. It's still, and it may even be a Zoom call as well. So that's some of the tips for myself. So when I think of 3 connections a day, it doesn't feel burdensome to me. It feels doable as well. And Gabby, who's in my upline, she actually wanted us to send some goals through to her. And one of my goals was that just I recruit 2 people a month. And so that sounds doable to me as well. So, I just make 3 connections a day that will result in 2 associates a month. And that's the hustle that I have on my business. So, and carrying that through, obviously, and not even knowing awards existed, Mannatech clearly recognised my business activities in that space. So with my team, basically we try to keep everything reflection coming out of the success system within the Mannatech portal, and so that everything you need to find is in the Mannatech portal. Because if I'm not there to tell them where it is, they need to know where it is. And so that's what I try to do, to just use all the resources that are there for us. So there's 3 of the 8-step training process that I do with my new business partners, so that their home-based business is very efficient for them. And so the whole process, which is some of you will be familiar with because of the language that you know, and this is the whole process that I work with my team with, so that they get the best results. And so first of all, the training's on making your list, your candidate list, connecting and inviting people to have a phone call with you, a coffee date with you, sharing the solutions that we offer, which is wealth, health, and purpose. Then I summarize those, and then we bring office works in, not the actual company, but I show you my office and how that works as well. We move on to the core me activities to make sure that you're engaging with Mannatech and all the great opportunities it has as well. We go over customer and associate care and how we roll that out. And of course, I have a couple of guest speakers in my training that come on, that those have been and gone before me. And I again thank Julia for coming on last week to do this. So basically, if you like sort of what this session's about, where I've shared very quickly three of the things that we go over in the training, is that I want to give you all an invitation to join the rest of the trainings. So basically, you'll be learning how to solve health and wealth problems forever, because Mannatech offers a wealth solution, a health solution, and purpose. You'll be able to have a great environment where you are in control and you're working from home, and that control extends to your taxes and everything as well. And you actually have an opportunity of unlimited income potential. And I know I'm at the very beginning, because there's obviously there's amazing associates between me and Rod Gilchrist. There's quite a few of us between there, and I don't know a figure value of what Rod may earn, but as a platinum presidential, that sounds pretty good, and it probably carries a nice dollar sign with it, you know. So I'm at the very beginning of my business as well. So, but Rod was here once as well. So that's where I take hope, and I'm not going, oh, you know, I didn't get in 20 years ago. I got in 20 years later and I'm going to miss out. No one misses out, you know, because we've got a flagship product in Amber Toast that is going to go on for the next 25 years. And if you haven't had a look at Al Barla's projection of Manifest for the vision for the next 25 years of Mannatech, wow, I'm just thinking, just hang in here. This is going to be a great ride with what Al Barla has vision for Mannatech. So all of you, I think names are familiar on the screen if I can't see them all, that you are all actually Mannatech associates. And for those people who listen to this recording later or whatever, that to simply have the privilege of joining Julia and myself and all these people on the screen, that it's actually like $49.95 privilege for an annual fee to actually have a go at working a home-based business, that you can actually control your finances and control your time and have an amazing experience with amazing people who are for bringing opportunity to other people. And I'm just so excited also to be part of Julia's Christian Social Entrepreneur Group.
Mm-hmm.
In that group is a whole lot of Mannatech associates as well, and they have a heart for the M5M mission. And that alone is fantastic. If you're running your Mannatech business because you have a heart for Mannatech and the children around the world, that, you know, they have food but no nutrition value in that food, this company is amazing, having the social entrepreneurship model that it does. But as you've heard my story, is that I'm a part of Mannatech, and the back door for me will benefit those children, which is fantastic. But I'm here to earn money to fund my church's prayer house and to ensure that the Davy family legacy of financial well-being goes on for my children's children, which are all biblical principles that we need to be inspired to do. So you can just be here in the Mannatech space just to run with M5M like Julia has, and I'm sure she's got more goals in her life, but or just like me, to do both and know that that I'm contributing to children somewhere in the world for their nutritional needs. And so going forward, if any of you would like to be a part of the 8-step training that I offer, you're more than welcome to be a part of that. If you're part of my team or part of Julia's team, we're all part of Rod's team, and that's how we like to look at it. And bringing your associates and things on as well, then Julia and I are more than happy to share the link for those things with you to jump on and be inspired and take away something to try different in your business each week. And so we would love to do that. And also going forward, if any of you have any questions, Julia and I are here to answer those questions for you. And yeah, I'm just going to hand it back to Julia and open up for questions.
Yes, oh, that was really great, Rachel. I loved hearing all of those principles and those reasons why you actually do this business. You know, I think you, I think you've really inspired, you inspired me and others to think about your personal goals as to why you're in this business and how this business can actually, you know, do more than you ever think possible, you know. And it is, you know, it's sort of like living beyond yourself, you know, doing
Yeah,
something beyond yourself, but also, you know, how important it is to leave a legacy for your children, and
yeah,
you know, to show the world that it is possible to do. Now, I think there'll be definitely um, some questions directed towards you, and I really like some of your ideas there that you've shared tonight. Definitely, we'll have some links for people to join in with some future trainings, and we'll sort that out and present it to our teams. So, you know, what time it'll take place and all that sort of thing. So, but in the meantime, we'll have, yeah, just open up the lines. If you want to, you've got a little chat thing down there. Let's see if that's all right. The beautiful Chris has got to depart, and she says blessings to all, so that's fine. So if you so bye bye, Chris. If you, yeah, if just unmute yourself and ask a question, and just take, if someone goes in straight away, just allow them to finish, and allow Rachel to finish the question before you know, before you start. Okay, so just okay, I'll try and monitor it a little bit, but honestly, we're all mature, so just put your hand up if you've got a you know, and just quickly unmute yourself and ask a question. Go for it. I'm sure there'll be somebody who's got some questions, possibly, or if not, well, that's fine.
well, there's actually another thing that which gave me a lot of peace inside the business that I haven't shared, but I, I would like to share that with you all. Is that when Bevan was at the conference, she sent back a photo of an overhead slide called Follow Up, and she sent that back to me. And this one slide has just totally revolutionized how I look at the whole of my business and the connections that I make and things like that. And, you know, you hear when Ray Robbins gets interviewed or someone like that, you know, they're really excited when someone says no, because in their businesses that are really established now, it was those people who said no are the ones that are their really strong legs and things like that. But
That's funny.
this slide called Follow Up, and we can put that in the group too, Julia, if we need to. It just said at the very bottom, a statistic like, you know, the first one, no one does something, second, third, but the 5th to the 12th connection with people was an 80% conversion rate. Now that's a huge conversion rate, 80%. You know, and then I realized that if I've spoken to somebody once, twice, or 3 times, I didn't really bother following up anymore, you know. But it goes on to show that from the 5th to the 12th connection, you're going to have this 80% conversion to buy product or consider the business opportunity. And so now it's put their business into a relationship space for me, because it's just a matter of being genuine with people, because I know I've got a good thing, you know. I know that I have studied network marketing model to the point where this is a better way. I know that Richard Brooks says it, but he's right. This is a better way, you know. People are working 40 hours for 40 years for 40% of what they actually need to retire on, you know, and that's not on, you know. And you know, good old me, who was born in 1972, if I have to rely on a government pension, I have to keep working until I'm 70. So can you imagine me, a 70-year-old nurse, taking another 70-year-old patient to the shower? I've got my four-wheelie walker and they've got their four-wheelie walker. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
if I've got to fund my own retirement, I do have to do that. And even if I actually don't want a nurse until I'm 70 either. Like, that's just no thank you. So something has to change. And so this model is just brilliant for that. So again, Bev, I thank you for sending me that slide, because at the end of the day, I know I'm just connecting with people. And on my leads list, when I write down leads and I've mentioned something to them, I write 1, 2, and then I'll flick off a Facebook message, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the times I connect with them, mentioning Mannatech and I love yourselves more than you do, you know, that type of thing. Going on from there, I know I'm moving them through to a point of 5 to 12 connections will give me an 80% conversion. So just relax, make this an amazing relationship journey with everybody you love, because what you've got is amazing products and we've got an amazing opportunity. If you could actually help somebody not have to shower another 70-year-old person at the age of 70 to get a government pension, they're going to love you for the rest of your life, and you didn't tell them, you know, like, you've got to tell them, honey, you've got to show them the pot of possibilities. There's possibilities here, rather than just staying with the status quo. And this is not what we're about. You're all here while there's a footy game on. So you are not part of the status quo. You're amazing. You're actually turning up, showing up, pushing the ball forward. And, you know, as we say, I say in business, but also in your faith, if you're standing still, no, you're not, honey. You're going backwards. You've got to keep going forward. And this forward momentum of showing up on these types of calls will mean that you are going to have this. So just relax into that 5 to 12 connections, making fantastic relationships. That's how you're going to be.
Yes, that's right. I think it's really it's so true that it is a relationship business, and it is beautiful that way. Actually, and talking about relationship business, I wouldn't mind hearing from your upline sponsor. I believe she's here. Is that right? Is that Bev? No.
Bev has introduced me to her friend.
Oh, okay.
So then Bev is beautifully in my first line.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just unmuting her there. So
Okay.
she introduced you. Oh, I was trying to unmute her.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go. You had something to say there, Bev? No?
No, it was just that Rachel and I seemed to stumble upon it at the same time, and it was amazing that Donna Cat I had known for many years, and she's our upline, and as a result of that, Donna has been reinvigorated as a result of Rachel, myself and the rest of the teams to get back into Mannatech and build the business again.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
We've all benefited greatly from it. And as a result of Rachel saying to me, come on, Bev, you can't get your bowel removed, because I was very ill.
Yeah.
I decided to start on the products, and at the same time I said, oh, well, I may as well join as well. Only $49.95, and as a result of that, we're cruising along together.
We are, Bev. It's beautiful.
No, that is right. That's exactly how it should be, and how exciting that can be. You know, you don't have to be in this business by yourself, and it's called networking for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, and that you do work together, and that's, yeah, I think, I don't know, I just there's a saying that you have to hang out with the right people, read the right books, listen to the right material, and you can't help but be propelled forward. And I agree with you, Rachel, in that if you don't, you're going either forwards or backwards, so you might as well go forwards. I mean, be green and growing, not ripe and rotting, as Alboa says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else like to, you know, ask a question or talk a little bit further about what you heard tonight? Maybe it's not a question, but you might like to just voice, like something like about follow up, like Rachel mentioned, or anything at all. Yes, Pam. I have to unmute you. Let's see. Let's see if I can just unmute you there. Unmute. There we go. Nope. Oh, oops. There we go. Rachel, I mean, Pam, you're unmuted.
Yeah. Thanks, Julia. That's great, Rachel. I love that. Just you're so inspiring. I love your pot of possibilities.
Yeah,
I I think that's a fabulous idea.
yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Mm.
Yeah.
It makes it easy to share because it's a
Yes,
tangible thing now.
it's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just
Love it.
yeah.
Love it. Excellent.
No, that was really good. Yeah. So where was that pot of possibilities from? Is that training from um, Richard Bruce Brooks or not?
No, he still figuratively speaks about the business, but I've had that pot for a long time, actually, before Mannatech. And it actually was, have you heard of those shops called Typo?
Yes.
Anyway, I went in there and this little pot was sitting there up with all these other pots, and I said, oh, it was right up high, and I said, could I buy that? And they go, oh no, that's just part of our branding. That's just like the pictures of the shop. It's actually not a thing to buy.
All right.
And so I just said to the guy, oh, I just love that pot. It just says so much to me. And he goes, you know what? You can have it. So I climbed up on the ladder and got it down off the shelf and gave it to me. And so then with Mannatech, offering the business as the remarkable pot of possibilities, that's exactly what it is. It's going to be something different for everybody. And so that for me, it's a tangible thing to show somebody and remind me to discuss the business as well, So, yeah.
That is totally awesome. Yeah. Actually, I might even, seeing I'm a graphic artist, I might see if I can make some available to everyone.
Oh,
Would you like that? All right, they all like that idea. So what I can do is I'll just design something up and you can take it with you on a thumb drive, take it to Kmart and have a mug made out of it or whatever you want to.
That'd be great.
I'll put up a couple of different designs if you like, but yeah, that's the one thing about being having a little bit of graphics up your sleeve. You can do things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'll do that. I'll definitely, because that's really inspired me. And
Good.
if you're following Richard Brooks, he is talking about, you should be able to share the business as easily as you can share the products. I mean, we all get excited on the products because something's so tangible, but in this pot of possibilities, we've got something tangible to show people and make them realize that is actually, it's a product. It's, it's definitely a product it's so exciting because the South Africans say something similar. They said, no, I didn't see, all these different things in the Amprotose tub of Amprotose. I didn't see that I was going to become a platinum presidential in the Amprotose tub. I didn't see, all these possibilities in that Amprotose tub, but it all came out, or the Mannatech box, but it all comes from there. And like, I'm talking to a prospect now and just help people to realize, what you're getting to set up a home business and to be trained and to go on and to make an impact on this world. You can't buy that. How can you buy that for less than $50?
Oh, I know. That's incredible.
Go and buy that. Off you go. Go find some other shop that'll sell you how to become a social entrepreneur, how to be, get a second time income that can supersede your full-time income. Something that you can pass on to your kids, something that you can rub shoulders with millionaires, all this sort of thing. Tell me which shop where you can buy that from. I don't think they'll know of a shop. I know one. It's called Mannatech, and it's. So I'm just that's really exciting, and I think we've really we're just so excited with you, Rachel. You are just you can see that this is this is your time, such a time as this. You're meant for this time, and your enthusiasm and encouragement is creating a vacuum behind you, which we all want to be part of. And and being excited is a definite way of attracting people to you. I was talking about passion last week, and if you're passionate or excited, you can't help but attract people. So think about something that's going to excite you guys and run with that. And again, it doesn't have to be an up and down journey. When you hit a low, just remember, oh, this is just one of those little speed bumps, you know, just a little speed bump that you're going through. The main thing is if you stay consistent, like Rachel says, and keep being positive, you've always got something positive to offer others. And I love my team. My team is, just tell you a bit about us in a way, because you're all getting to know us all and that, and I know that you're curious about other teams. Mannatech, you're seeing a huge representation here from the Bundaberg team, which happened to be one of the first fields that Rod ever went to in Queen. You know, he went to Queensland and he went up north and he established leaders up there right from the beginning. And the Bundaberg team is still up there. There's a lot of people up there who still take the products, still benefit from the products, and the amount of diseases that or amount of conditions that the symptoms have gone away is incredible in that town. I went up there one time when I was first starting in that, and I was blown away. And yeah, so anyway, that's just shows you that we're all from different paths, but we all have a similar belief, and that's that we know we found something good that will benefit us and benefit many people. So we need to keep sharing. So I think, unless anyone else has got a quick question, then we might have to finish our meeting. And just thank you for everything.
Julia, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Jean here. I wondered if we could give these possibility pots to each prospect that we talk to. Would that put them off, do you think, if we give them one each?
I'll let that be up to you. If you feel like that could be a good thing for your person, then feel free to do that, yes.
Yeah. If you do something in the graphic arts side, perhaps I can check it out and stick it on a tin.
Yeah, not a problem. Maybe that's all everyone needs is just a.
I'm not in your team though.
We could make them into stickers, and
yeah,
I'll
that'd
show
be
you
great.
how to do that. And
Good.
and then you can stick it on anything really, and then yeah, and give it to people for inspiration. No, I love it. Okay, very good. Good question.
Great, thank you.
Now there'll definitely be all the links available to you in the chat boxes and everything.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for coming on board tonight and sharing with our team.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Just your beautiful smiling face and everything. So thank you and all for participating, and we look forward to continuing these meetings. Rachel has hers on Monday nights. We have ours on Wednesdays, but there'll be some joint training to take advantage of by the sounds of it. So thanks for that. So we'll end that, and thanks for your time, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Night. Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night. Bye.